It's just a part of the adventure.
It's part
That's
of the
life.
adventure. Part of the journey.
Getting into the barber industry was honestly just like the perfect thing in the moment to get my foot in the door. I think that was just like the most important thing, is to get my foot in the door.
Who are those people that when you feel down, you feel tired, but you don't want to do this anymore? Who do you look up to, or who is that backup?
I guess I'll get personal. I lost it.
When someone's charging $70, I could get the same service, the same experience for $30. That's when it's unfair, and it's like, why are you charging that? Like, you don't deserve to charge that. Why did you choose to kind of go the more independent route and not in a studio or at a barbershop? So what kept you going in those early days when you weren't really making a lot of money, if anything at all?
Like that feeling for me, like when I got a really good haircut, I felt like the man. Like I could say your girl, I could say your girl. Like I want all the girls.
What does the next level look like?
You gotta like be interested in barber content to make good barber content.
Is there anything special? Secret sauce?
Secret sauce. Because I feel like a lot of people, they just get depressed. They're like, I don't see any results from anything.
Yeah.
Like, you're not counting the little things, like the little wins, and then those little wins add into a big win.
So diving into that, what is the Crisblendz experience? What does that feel like? What does that look like? Thank you for your time. Thank you for making time and letting us come through, and for the sick cut.
Yeah, of course.
I like it.
Of course.
I feel like I look much younger now. So tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what you're up to doing now.
So, brain rot. Talking about myself.
You're good.
I don't really be talking about myself like that.
You're good.
Well, I started cutting hair my freshman year.
Okay.
Started my barber journey when I was 15 years old. And like, kind of like everybody's barber journey, it was kind of like the same. I practiced on my friends a lot, and slowly but surely started charging more and more. And around the time, like, I saw like the potential of like the barber industry. That's why I got into it. I saw barbers making content and charging more. Like, I love the idea of being your own boss. I love the idea of creating your own schedule. I love the idea of being an entrepreneur, like being an entrepreneur, and being like, getting into the barber industry was honestly just like the perfect thing, like the perfect thing in the moment to get my foot in the door. Cause I think that was just like the most important thing, is to get my foot in the door, and the opportunity presented itself, and I was like, all right, let's do this. And right now I'm kind of just scaling the business, trying to get it to the peak of its, taking it to the peak, basically. Just taking my business to the peak and see how far I could take it until I go different directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And when did you get started?
With what, content or cutting hair?
Cutting hair.
Cutting hair. I started cutting hair 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was a freshman. I was like 15 years old. Yeah. Picked up my first pair of clippers.
Really?
Yeah.
And like, you just did it like on a friend or yourself?
Nah, friends. No, I do remember like when I got the pair of clippers, I was like in my bathroom, and then I like buzzed my hair like completely off. I was like, if people are gonna trust me to do it on them, I might as well do it on myself.
Oh man, that's true. Yeah. One time, well, actually multiple times, I went buzz.
I don't know what it is. Every time like I buzz my hair, I feel like it's like a new chapter in my life.
It is. It's like a reset.
Yeah, it's like a reset of everything.
I feel it makes it feel like hair is kind of like all like the things that you're leaving behind in a way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you're growing out into the new you, in a way. It sounds kind of.
It sounds corny.
It sounds
very corny, but like
it's the truth. That's kind of how it feels. So you said you started your journey when you were 15. Usually people, or I've had friends that wanted to become barbers, or like that was their thing, cutting hair. They did it for free, maybe a couple months, and then they quit. or just never heard of that again.
Right.
So what kept you going in those early days when you weren't really making a lot of money, if anything at all? Why did you keep going?
I think it kind of like, it gave me like a motivation and a purpose.
Okay.
To do better and be better. Like when you see yourself getting better at something, it's like your brain wants the dopamine of that over and over and over again. Okay. So when you go from doing really, really, really bad haircuts to it finally getting a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better and like truly like perfecting the craft to like the T, it's like, to me, it was fulfilling in a way. Because when I was younger, you know, 15, 16 years old, what do 15 and 16 year olds do?
Oh, man.
You know? Yeah. So kind of, it helped me step out of the world and gave me direction into doing something good. So that's why I stuck by it. Because it gave me direction, it gave me purpose, it was just like everything good. It was just sticking to the business and sticking to grinding.
Okay. No, that's great. And I would say you're pretty fortunate to have found a purpose early on, because I mean, 15, 16, that's usually when either you go off and you do bad stuff for fun or not. And you chose the right path. So that's great. I'm happy for you that you chose the right path.
I kind of feel the same way. Like, I see why people go to school and why people do become doctors and lawyers. Like, you get a stable income and you get the job that everybody sees as like a good job. Right. But I don't know. I be feeling like I need more. Like I'm destined for more. If that makes sense. Yeah. That's what I like to call the entrepreneurial bug. Kind of once you're in it, it just bothers you. Yeah. Just bothers you for a very long time until you take action, and then it's just up from there. But that's good. I mean, it's not saying that if you choose school, if you choose like a job, like that's not bad. If that's what you want to do, like great, amazing for you. That's not what I want to do. Yeah. And I mean, it's not for everybody, right? I mean, when you own a business, when you're working for yourself, like there's nobody coming to you and just to give you money. Like you have to go out and look for it. So there's that part as well. It's pretty complicated. Yeah, and a lot of people, they're really content with their 9 to 5. Yeah. Like they enjoy going to work in the morning, and then when they're out of work, they don't got to worry about it no more. Yeah. When you're running a business and you're creating something, it's 24/7. Yeah. And people don't want that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, it happens. I wake up, I'm thinking about it. I go to sleep, I'm thinking about it. It's stressful. But after the first year, second year, you get used to it. I mean, like you said, it's just reps. Get those reps in, and eventually, what felt hard a year ago, it's not hard anymore because it's normal now. Starting out and seeing the progression over time, how come you didn't get bored of it? Why did you, again, I guess, leaning onto the repetition, leaning onto sticking to the same thing, why didn't you choose to do something else eventually? Well, because going back to the idea of being an entrepreneur, I worked, I remember when I was 15, I got my first job working at the movie theater, and it was like the first taste of experience of like the real world, and like, making money and getting a paycheck. You know, when you get your first paycheck and you think how exciting it is, like you're like, let's go, I got my first paycheck. I got some money. And then you open it and it's like $200. Oh man. And you worked 40 hours. Yeah, that's insane. So the movie theater was paying me, I want to say, $12 an hour. Oh my God. So yeah, you can imagine I wasn't like, it was like that. And I worked another like couple of jobs. I worked at a restaurant, being a host. I worked at Papa John's, being the oven boy. And honestly, none of it, like, I didn't like any of it, you know? Like, I didn't like clocking into work. I didn't like being put on a schedule, being told what to do. Like obviously in life, you're gonna have to, you know, follow some rules.
Yeah.
But that life wasn't for me. So whenever I kind of like stuck to this mindset of like whenever I did, because I did, like, you do get bored of doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
But you need to track back to like why you're doing it in the first place.
Okay.
And for me, it was just like, I don't want to clock in for somebody. I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to create my own thing. And if that's being in the process and that's sticking to the routine, even if it gets boring, do it. You just do it.
Okay. No, I agree with you on that. And how did you manage to grow a following so quickly in 2 years?
I think just being on like social media a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
I kind of like saw how easy it was like to go viral, I guess. Like, I want to say September last year is when I saw like a lot of barbers making videos and stuff.
Right.
And I was doing the same, you know, every barber posts like their before and afters and the haircut transformations.
Yep.
But what really started popping off was like consultations, like actually recording you and your client talking, like in the beginning, you know, asking them questions about their hair, their hair problems.
Yeah, I've seen those. I think there's like one Asian guy on TikTok that does that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
that's what like if you could solve a problem for somebody, and they'll come to you. Yeah. If you can like record yourself solving a problem for somebody else, somebody with the same problem will come to you to get the same problem solved. And if you're like that specialist in the area, then you could charge whatever price you want, basically.
Right.
So that's the way I viewed it. I was like, if I could make a viral video and people could see the viral video and and they see the value in it, then they'll come book a haircut appointment.
Yeah, that's true. I guess the purpose behind being a barber, like, was it just maybe someone gave you a bad cut and then you were like, oh, I can do better than that? Or I don't know, maybe you thought like, how was it? How was the experience? Or like, why barber?
So I had a friend when I was like, you know how there's always like the high school barber?
Yeah.
And the high school barber cuts everybody's hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend, I was a freshman and like actually younger. I was like 7th grade, I got my barber and he was around my age and, you know, we would talk a lot, you know, and I would catch myself being in the barbershop a lot, like getting a haircut a lot.
Really?
And like, I was just curious, like just like, I would also be the kid just watching barber videos.
Oh, really? So it's like a kind of a passion. Like, you like this stuff.
I liked it, yeah. It was just something about it. Like, something for me, like, when I got a fresh haircut, because shout out to him, he got me looking good. Yeah. he got me looking good. He did his thing when I was younger. And, like, that feeling for me, like, when I got a really good haircut, I was like, I felt like the man. Like, I could take your girl, I could take your girl. Like, I want all the girls. Yeah. And, like I kind of just had this like when you get a spark of interest, you usually want to go for it and like pursue it. And I wanted to pursue it. Right. And that's what kind of got me like hooked a little bit. Yeah.
That's good.
What do you think? Like what's your personal opinion of like seeing barbers that charge high ticket prices and do you feel like it's justifiable for them to do that? What's your thought process?
Man, if I'm honest, I don't know. Like, part of me understands, right? Because, you know, I charge a pretty fair price and prices go up because of labor and stuff and materials. And it's the same thing for barbers, right? Because it depends on the quality of the cut, depends on how long it takes, depends on how it makes you feel. And I think the higher price you pay, you start paying more for the actual experience, for the interaction, for just sitting down for 20, 30 minutes, knowing that, one, you got a guaranteed good cut, and two, you might have a great conversation, and three, you feel comfortable, right? Mm-hmm. Like, for some people, sitting on the chair is kind of chill back, you get to be on your own time. If the barber got some good conversations to talk about, that's great. It's kind of like the bartender that takes the time to have a real conversation with you,
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what barbers also do, apart from giving you the service, giving you a great conversation to have. And the more comfortable you feel, the more it justifies the price, right? And if you look at the higher end barbers, that's what they do. They talk to you about how you can look better, what you should do with your hair, things that are going on at home. Sometimes it turns into a therapy session. a therapy session for $75 is not bad. I'm saying, man. If it gets to that, it's not bad, because I know those psychiatrists are charging crazy amounts, but not psychiatrist, therapist, sorry. But
you're right. Psychiatrist is fine.
Psychiatrist is fine, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I just feel like it's only unfair when someone's charging $70, I could get the same service, the same experience for $30. Mm-hmm. That's when it's unfair, and it's like, why are you charging that? Like, you don't deserve to charge that. Fast forwarding a little bit into the present now, why did you choose to kind of go the more independent route and not maybe at a barbershop or at a regular chair in a studio or at a barbershop?
Right.
Is it like money, or?
It still goes back to I like my own.
Okay.
I like working for myself.
Okay.
And controlling.
Okay.
I'm not really good at compromising. I did work at a salon. And I want to say the summer of 2022.
Okay.
So kind of a little bit after COVID.
Yeah.
And I couldn't play the music I wanted to play because they were this is a Christian area. You can't play trap music. You can't play the music you want to play. You got to play something good. And I didn't mind it, but in the back of my mind, I was this is I kind of want the energy I want to bring out to people, and the way I want to present myself to people to be me.
Yeah.
My truest version of me.
Yeah.
And just kind of having my own space and kind of having my own area allowed me to give out the full Crisblendz experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So diving into that, what is the Crisblendz experience? What does that feel like? What does that look like?
The small details. Okay. I want to say like from when you book an appointment to when you're to the day of, because when you book an appointment with me, you're excited. You're all right, I'm gonna go get a haircut. Even if you're coming from an hour away to you're down the street, you're all right, I'm gonna go get a haircut. And I know it's gonna be good because it's from Crisblendz. And you get that text message from me, and you walk in, you see the barber sign outside, and you walk into the space that I honestly took time to really get detail to detail for it to be as comfortable and as a vibe,
right.
Get it comfortable and feel like a vibe and feel like you're in a good space. And you obviously get a good haircut too. You feel me? That's the Crisblendz experience, and you can have a good conversation. Honestly, I'm not gonna be the barber to shut off conversation and just give you a haircut. If you come in here and you feel like you want to talk to somebody, I could be that person. Right. If you want to come in here and just get a haircut and go about your day, we could do that too. You're not you could do whatever you want to do here. Like if you want to, you know, get deep and like talk about personal things, we could do that. Anything you want to bring into this place and like bring out your true self, you could do that. Right. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to bring out the best version of yourself, consult you on what could become. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we kind of talking about that earlier, kind of that therapy session. Yeah. That I guess just some guys want because, well, guys don't really talk about that deep stuff and stuff. You know, I guess this is derailing from the topic, but you know, just being able to talk to someone about that kind of stuff and someone that won't judge you. Yeah. And just really listen, even for 30 minutes. Yeah. Goes a long way. So catering to that really separates the experience from just another regular barber at a shop. Yeah. So that's great. People are too content. Because I mean, those same people that are content, half of them are complaining they're not making enough money. So it's like, if you want to make more, you gotta bring some kind of skill to the table. You know?
You gotta have more value than what you have right now. Or to somebody, to something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an employer isn't just gonna give you a raise just to give you a raise. What are you offering him? What are you giving him?
Exactly. And like that's one of the things that I try to lean into a lot. Because it's like, what really, one of my pet peeves is kind of when people feel entitled to something just because they've been there for a long time. Like, just because you've been somewhere for 10, 15 years doesn't mean that you get anything else that the new guy wouldn't get, right? Because, I mean, one, that might mean that you're just stuck there and you haven't made any progress for 10, 15 years. Yeah. And like, why would you get rewarded for that?
Exactly.
You know, but the new guy might come in, guns blazing, 6 months, he's doing way more than you are. He deserves a raise, not you. So that mindset is something that is like a plague. Do you really think it takes that much skill to become a barber? Or what is it that would separate you from others?
Skills can be created. You can build the skill set. Like, there are some people that are just naturally gifted with the clippers. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some people just pick up a clipper and in like 5 months, they're like doing the blurriest fades. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get to your level. But you can build on skill sets. And you, like, if you truly like want to get good at something and like you're failing, it takes failure to eventually be good at something, be great at something. So to be a barber, you don't have to have the blurriest fade. You don't have to have the blurriest hairline, because after repetition and repetition and repetition, you'll just naturally see it. It's called the barber eye. Okay. Where you just see it. Right. You gotta work on your barber eye. You don't just have it from the jump, because you don't automatically see like there's a light spot here, there's a dark spot here, your lineup is a little crooked here and there. You develop your barber eye, and that's over time. Honestly, there's some people that are still developing their barber eye after like 5 years of cutting hair. But like after repetition and repetition, you see these little things, and you see the little areas where you can improve on. And that's just what it is 1% better every day. As long as you're looking at your work and you're like, okay, I can see like there's still a line here in my blend, I need to work on it. You work on it the next time you try it. The next time you go to do a mid fade, a low fade, you remember, okay, I messed up here before. Let's take a step back, evaluate it. All right, attack. So it's just building the skill.
Just building little by little.
It's
crazy, because as I talk to people about what they're doing business wise, personal wise, whatever, it's always pretty much the same answer. little by little, you build up the little foundation, and then next thing you know, you just have this tall building of greatness and achievements. And it all starts with that little piece of brick.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. It's amazing. What would you define as the fruits of your labor for you? Like, what do you think at some point you're gonna get to that you'll feel like, okay, you know, this is working out. This is good. Like, I can clearly do something future-proof.
Well, I don't really have like a goal set like for the future, I would say, because I'm just kind of going day by day. Yeah. But for me right now, like what I would say like my fruits of my labors is like every time I get a price raise, like every time I feel like like when I went from 55 to 75, that was like I was like, it finally worked. Like, it's happening. Yeah. When I went up to from 35 to 55, same thing. I was like, let's go. Yeah. And I know I'm gonna feel the same way. Like when I go from 75 to 100. Yeah. The fruits of my labor right there, and it's instant. And it's like, I feel like you feel like the best when you can see it. Like when you can. Like you need wins every day. Yeah. You need a win every day so you can, like you need to track it too. You need to track your wins and you need to see your wins. Right. So that you don't like, because I feel like a lot of people, they just get depressed. They're like, I don't see any results from anything. Yeah. But like, you're not counting the little things, like the little wins, and then those little wins add into a big win. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely feel that. I mean, sometimes, for example, in my case, my opinion is that I did everything too fast and on my end. Yeah. And I didn't get a chance to really enjoy the little wins. So there was a point where I made it, reached all my goals, but I didn't see any fruits because everything was just reinvested back in because I went very, very fast. Yeah. But I mean, now that I look back at it, I'm like, damn, like, there was definitely a lot of little wins. It's just, sometimes you get lost in the sauce. I think you were just too locked in. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not. Because like, when you're young, there's no problem with going fast. There is no problem. Because you have no kids, you have no family, you're not worried about anything, you don't really got any bills, you don't got a house. So you could go fast. You could pedal to the metal. Literally just go. Nothing's stopping you. Yeah. Because you got nothing else to think about. Yeah. Like, I mean, worst case scenario, you fail, and then like what? Like you're fine. You're fine. You could go back to your mom's house. Yeah, you're fine. You're barely, like you're in like late teens. You just started early 20s. Yeah. You're fine. You can bounce back, and it's fine. But like, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people don't think like that, and they just think like they should take the easy path, like the secure path, and like that's fine if you don't know what you would like to risk it on, right? Because it's a bad idea to just risk it blindly. Yeah, I mean, you're not doing anything. But if you have an idea and it's scary to try it, obviously it's scary because it's something new, but trying it out and not having that regret is probably one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Definitely. And if it fails, oh well, at least you have a nice story to tell. And do you have any like particular favorite styles of hair to do? Like, is it like the fade? Is it tapers? What do you like to do? I like the easy stuff. I like, like if you come in here, you're like, bro, just a low taper. Don't cut the top. Just, oh my God. You telling me I was easy. The happiest man in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Like, but honestly, I don't mind like a complicated haircut. Like, I have fun doing the transformations. Like, you come in here with really long hair. I low-key get a little excited because you give me a canvas to work on it. Create my magic. So if we're going from like a big chop to just a little trim, I like both of them. That's great. Are you trying to get past $100 a cut? Yeah. What do you think it takes to do that? Being a specialist at something, like whatever your skill set is, you got to specialize in it. Okay. And
the argument that you can make against that would be that there's a lot of specialists everywhere, right?
Right.
So what would separate you from any other one?
There's this quote. It's I don't know who it's from, but it's like you could have the best product, the best service, but if nobody knows who you are, who cares? So the thing is that people could charge what they charge, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they can justify it as much as they want, but the fact that they can convert more clients at that higher price point, then that's all that matters. I don't think that like just because the market is so saturated doesn't mean you don't have a chance in the market.
Right. Yeah, because some people could argue that, I guess, cutting hair is a commodity, right? Because it's like whoever charges the lowest is the one that gets the most clients.
Yeah.
But it usually doesn't turn out like that, because usually the person that cuts at the lowest price either doesn't do a good job, messes you up, and then, I mean, you paid a low price, so that's what you get, low quality.
Yeah.
So how do you make, I guess, what would you say to those people that are charging low? And how do you manage to stay updated, like on the latest styles or like the latest trends, even content-wise, just in the barber world? Because I mean, it rapidly evolves. I mean, it felt like yesterday when it was just like, you know, just your again high school barber just posting on Snapchat, hey, come get your cuts, and it was just like a picture of someone got like with the haircut.
Right. So I agree with you. It's very rapid, and trends are here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You just kind of gotta. You gotta like be interested in barber content to make good barber content.
Okay.
So it's like whatever you're in and whatever you're trying to get into, you gotta study it, and you gotta know what works and what doesn't work. So, and you gotta be intrigued by it too. Like if you don't like it, you don't like it, and if you don't like it, you don't really want to do it. But if you got like that interest spark, then you're gonna kind of have your feed filled with that thing. Yeah. Because you know how TikTok has like its own algorithm where it just kind of like
you like one thing and you see 10 things.
Yeah, exactly. It feeds you what you need to see. Like if you've been watching like cooking videos for the past 2 days, you'll see cooking videos every single day.
Bro, off topic, but the cat memes and shit, dude. Yeah. Oh my god, I liked one video. It took over everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, like you need to clean out all the bullshit and fill it in with what you need. So if your feed is basically filled with girls twerking, you need to be seeing that? No. Does that benefit your business? Does it help you in any way? If no, click the top 3 buttons, click uninterested, and the algorithm will naturally be like, okay, he doesn't want to see this. But when you see a barber video and you know this helps your business in a way, click like and click I'm interested. Because then
comment, share, everything.
Comment, share, and then the algorithm will naturally like build itself on more barber content. And from there, literally the moment you get on TikTok, is going to be barber video after barber video, and they're all the latest trends, because it's like, okay, because TikTok naturally is like, we need to keep him on this site for as long as possible.
Yeah, that's what they want.
They're going to feed you the latest trends. They're going to feed you the latest hot topic. So if you're into barber videos, they're going to feed you the latest barber videos. Yeah. So that's the easiest way to be up to date, be interested in the thing.
Yeah. I mean, even like now when it relates to like barber content, anything, whenever it pops up in my feed, I mean, it's interesting because it's almost like a journey. It tells a story, right? It's like, hey, like I was telling you earlier, one of the ones that you posted with the Indian guy, long hair, messed up beard, everything was like, it was bad. I'm sorry for him. Like, it was bad. But like, and just telling the story of like, hey, like, we took off the long hair, you know, maybe he was having a rough day, maybe, you know, he's been grinding, he hasn't been taking care of himself.
Yeah.
So like, hey, we take care of you, line up your beard, you know, make sure you don't have any growth and stuff. And then towards the end, you're a brand new man, you know?
Yeah.
And that journey is, I think, is what people like. And I mean, that's what I like.
Yeah.
And just seeing it, again, transformations and stuff like that, it's interesting because it's a whole nother person. How much are you charging for your haircuts now?
All right, now 75 and 90.
How much did you start at?
I started at 3 when I started off. Slowly went up.
You started free?
Yeah, when I first started out, it was
like
free.
practice.
Yeah, practicing, and then I went up to 15. Mm-hmm. And after 15, I went up to 25. And then from 25, I went up to 35. Just kind of slowly going up.
Okay.
Not really like, not going up a crazy amount, because I didn't want to like break the business.
Right, yeah, I know some people that go from like 35 to 60, and it's like, wow, that's insane.
Yeah, and from 35, I went up to 55.
Okay.
And then from 55, I went up to 75.
Okay, so like 10, 20 every increase?
Yeah, 15 to 20. That's what that's like the goal right now.
Okay, so you have a pretty large following, right? 38K, almost 40. It's great. I mean, I have not heard. I know another barber. They used to be one of my ex-barbers. I don't know if ex-barbers are a thing, but ex-barbers. I know he had maybe 20, 30K. And even that, I thought it was crazy. And I mean, on the side, he was a club promoter. So obviously, like, he has a large following. But like, how did that happen? Like, at what point, I guess, in the 2 years that you've been doing this, at what point did it just like skyrocket?
It honestly happened really quick.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I don't even have 300 videos posted.
That's insane.
And some people have over 1,000 videos posted, and they still don't have over 50K following. It's just putting out valuable content, like what's trending. And when you kind of just when you're always looking to improve every day, then like, I don't know what it is, but Instagram and TikTok is like, all right, he's posting every day. That's like number one. Every day you got to be on it, like no days off. Because if you're lacking one day, somebody else is on it. And I remember I was just posting every day and always trying to improve, always trying to optimize my post off like another viral video. And just boom, first viral video, like 2 months into posting. It wasn't like, I look back at the video, I'm like, this is terrible. Yeah. But like, it went viral because I put it out there, and
that's crazy.
And I was looking to always improve on it. And then just back to back, always like optimizing and always posting, you know, next viral video, and just your following just ding, 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 ding. I remember the first time I got a viral video, I had to turn off my notifications on Instagram, because I was like, this is crazy.
Oh man, how did that feel?
It felt good. Like, I was like, this is exciting. It's like you see the fruits of your labor now. Like, you see it in every little thing and everything. You count the little wins. That's a big win, but like,
that's pretty big.
That's a big win. But it's like when I get another viral like video, it's kind of like it doesn't feel as good as the first time.
Oh yeah.
Because then it's like, this is normal. But like that first time you felt it, it was like the dopamine hit, the adrenaline rush. You're like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I think that's just it. You're trying to chase that every day, trying to chase that first feeling.
Yeah, no, definitely. And what would you say to those people that are charging low? What would you tell them, apart from quality, that would be the biggest thing that made you grow from 35 to now 75, 90? You got to get your reps in first. Like, obviously, you need good work to charge a premium price. You can't charge a premium price and not have good work, because then obviously nobody will book with you.
But get those reps in while you're still at $25, $30, because it's honestly super easy to convert clients at a low price point because it's cheap. Yeah. Who wouldn't pay $25, $35 for a good haircut? Like if you're a good barber, you're a good barber. You can convert those clients easily. Just get those reps in and just like when you want to scale up, you gotta take on different things like doing social media.
Definitely. I mean, up to now, I'm guessing, you know, a video that hits a couple thousand views is like kind of like chump change at this point. And what does the next level look like? Content-wise, not barber-wise, content-wise.
Content-wise, still always looking to improve. Being honest, like I've hit a lot of the goals that I've set in the beginning of the year to where I'm at a point now I'm looking for new goals to hit and the next step and the next thing. So right now, I'm still even thinking now, like, what is the next step?
Right.
For me, it's probably just continue to do what I was doing before they got me to the place that I am now. But just like 2 times it, double the input, just always still looking to improve. And let's like basically like 1% better every day will eventually get to the 100%. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get to that 100%. I'm looking to get to the best of me.
Right.
And obviously I'm still trying to like, I do see myself putting out more like valuable content, like fixing problems, because when you get to charging $100, it's like, why are you charging $100? I think I need to have that skill set like perfected.
Right.
So perfect the skill set and give out the value.
Right.
Give out the value of the skill set to then generate clients at that higher price point. Because now that it's easy to get a couple thousand videos, now I need to show people this is why you come to me.
Definitely. And kind of on that topic,
what do you do for work?
So I owned a lawn care landscaping company.
Okay.
In Virginia. It kind of covers pretty much all of Fairfax County.
That's cool.
Just got done transitioning the brand over into a franchise. So, because I'm ready to scale up, and the thing about the franchise is that they offer a lot of help, and the community behind the franchise is like multi-million-dollar business owners, and that's the type of people that I want to get behind and surround myself with. Yeah, because that's the goal. So, I felt like transitioning the brand was the best choice for myself and my future, because honestly, when it comes to brand, I guess in my industry, it doesn't really matter because it's really saturated. And the only thing separating you between, again, a guy that can cut your lawn for like $20 versus a guy that charges you $60, $70, again, like you said, it's quality of service and being a specialist, solving their problem. And so I wanted to get around people that are specialists, so decided to do that.
Yeah, definitely believe like the environment you're in has a huge impact on what
huge
you can become and like the person you will become.
Huge impact. I mean, especially it gets rough because you know you're handling employees and you're handling other people, managing other people, right? So it gets really dark and it gets really, really stressful really fast. And so having a support group that has your best interest, because you're all after the same mission. Yeah. It's really, really important, and you cannot put a dollar sign on it. So that's what I was looking for. And plus the numbers just make a lot of sense, so. obviously you do a great work. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of people coming back to you on a regular basis.
Yeah.
How do you manage to build and maintain those relationships to keep them on coming? Obviously, apart from the quality of work.
Yeah.
Is there anything special? Secret sauce?
Secret sauce. This mentor of mine told me is when I was at $35 and I was very like I was content and I was like I got repeating clients and like they come to me like every 2 weeks, but at $35. It was like, why do you want to retain clients at 35 when you can retain clients at 100? Like, he was like, you're thinking too small. And I was like, makes sense. I was like, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, yeah. Like, I would rather retain clients at $100 than retain clients at $35. So there's two types of business you could be in the barber world. You could either be in the retaining clients business or be in the converting client business. So when you're converting clients, it's like, all right, can you get a client at $100? And then if you like $100, then you can just flip it. All right, now that you're at 100, retain them. So obviously the person at $100 came to you for a reason. One, he doesn't have a barber. He doesn't like what an old barber has done in the past. Fix his problem. Give him a good haircut. That's it. Give him a haircut he's happy with, and he'll come back. Obviously, throughout time, build that relationship and talk to him, get to know him. So, it could be a long-lasting relationship with the client. But I feel like you need to first focus on converting those clients at a higher price point. Like, from business perspective, you need to really put yourself first, because obviously you're at $35. There are $35 barbers everywhere. Your client isn't forced to stay with you. Right. He'll leave you like that. Yeah. If he sees some barber content out there, and a barber fixing a problem that you haven't fixed, that you haven't addressed, and they like that barber more, he'll leave you. Yeah. Clients will leave you. And that, as a business owner, nothing personal. Right. It's business, Clients come and go. But why are you, as a businessman, proclaimed businessman, trying to put yourself down and give and give and give and get nothing back? So for me, it's all right, now that you're put yourself first, now you can build those relationships and have that.
Definitely. No, that's important. I like how you put it. You said there's two types, right? There's the converting, there's the retaining the customers. Yeah. Right. That's important because that's how business works overall, right? You're either in growth mode or you're in profit mode, right? You're either spending the money, spending the time, creating the content into getting a lot of clients, or you're working to keep the ones that you're getting, right? You can't do both at the same time because it's not as efficient. Yeah. So that's I think that's very important to highlight that, and I really like that you pointed that out. So that's great. You get the right mindset.
It's you just got to be the hardest worker in the room, and you'll be the fruits of your labor. They pay off at the end, and then when they pay off, everybody's gonna congratulate you, and everybody's gonna look at it and be like think you're the best. But when you're doing it, everybody looks at you like you're crazy, like you're too into it, you're doing too much. When the new guy comes in and he's outperforming you, he's doing double the work you are, and you've been there for 15 years. You're telling him you're crazy. Why are you doing so much work? Why are you pulling doubles every day? But he knows why he's doing that, because he wants to be the best.
Yeah, he wants to be the best. He's hungry. He's not comfortable. Looking a little bit into the near future, what is the goal Do you want maybe a shop? Do you want a couple chairs? Do you want to be the guy that owns the shop? Like, how does it look like in the future? Or do you want to just stick to more personal service?
I'm open-minded to anything. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing is off the table. Nothing is too far. Nothing is too simple. Like, nothing is not an option, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So if it comes and the opportunity shows itself and it seems like a good deal and a good opportunity, I'll take it. And if a different opportunity comes up and my life goes a different way, I'll just do that. Whatever God's will is for me in my life, I'll follow that.
Interesting.
So honestly, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having a couple chairs, mm-hmm. Being, the guy that's the barber owner. I mean, I'm still going to be grinding on my end. Right. I'm not just going to walk in, collect my money and then dip. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to be in there working. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be in there still creating my content. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be in there grinding. Mm-hmm. So it's whatever opportunity comes up and is ideal for the moment, that's what I'm taking.
Interesting. That's good. And do you think there's a limit to this? Like, is there a point where you might be like, oh, I literally can't grow anymore. I literally can't do more than this. Or you think that's not true?
I don't think that's true at all.
Really?
Man, at the point where I'm at, I still feel like a small fry.
Okay.
Like, some people maybe look at me and be like, bro, you're killing it. Mm-hmm. I still think I'm here. Yeah. There are people that are up here and I'm down here. I'm trying to be up there. Right. But even though they're here, they're looking at somebody else that's even higher. So it's like,
that's cool.
So it's like it's limitless. Like you could go from being independent, working for yourself, just being a barber, just being the barber works. Then you could go from owning a shop, being a business owner, and still being an individual, cutting hair, being a barber. Then you could go from that to helping other people, helping other barbers, scale their businesses, being a mentor yourself. You can be a mentor of other barbers and help them scale their business. And even then you have a barbershop. You can help other barbershop owners, help them scale their barbershop businesses to being the best that it could be. At first, you need to work on yourself, obviously, and create the best for yourself before you could teach these people. But it's limitless.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that, honestly. Yeah. I mean, you could grow into being that kind of consultant type and just helping them grow, because you have to have gone through it in order to do that. So that's interesting. That's great. I didn't know that. And
I think there's just like limitless routes you could go.
Definitely. So what would you say to someone that's trying to get in this field now, but I guess it's scared a little bit, like they're doubting themselves, and they're doubting their abilities, they're doubting the amount of money they could make, they're doubting how long it's going to take. What would you tell them?
You need to if you're truly passionate about it, you got to do it no matter what. If there's a passion in it, do it. But if you're looking at it from a standpoint of, I just want to get in, make my money and dip, you can do that too. It's just like, what are your goals? What are you looking to do with this business? You could go so many different directions, but if you're just starting out and you're looking to become the best barber you can be, you gotta get a mentor. You gotta get somebody to help you. You gotta get somebody that has been through it, has been through the process, for you to not make as many mistakes, to not make as many drop the ball as many times, so you can go through it smoothly. Like nothing's ever smooth, but you'll have an idea, you'll have a way to go.
So. Yeah, definitely. Leaning into those mistakes, what are some of, or if not the biggest mistake you've made in your career that, I mean, you look back at it now and you're like, what? Like, why would I ever do that?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Probably like, I didn't put myself first.
Really?
I put my friends first. Like people that I thought were my friends. They weren't. They were kind of like people I just wanted to like help out because I felt like I needed to give them something. Does that make sense? Like, like I feel like, I don't know, but like I wasn't putting myself first, and I needed to be like, I needed to separate personal life and business life. Just because we're homeboys doesn't mean you could come in here late at night, bring 7 other friends over and, you know, think this is like a hangout spot. This is business. You're coming in here for a haircut. This isn't some place where you can roll up your weed here. You can't, you know, hit your neck like all up here distracting me from my business. This is a business, not a hangout zone. I mean, it can be somewhere you come and hang out, but it's business.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like I put a lot of friends first, and in ways like it kind of helped me back from scaling and from moving forward. So that was definitely a mistake I did, and I didn't separate the two. I didn't separate personal life and business life.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Yeah, and I mean, it hurts, right? I mean, you know,
it does. It hurts.
I mean, these are the people that support you on the way up.
Yeah, it does.
And then they just get too comfortable, and then they feel like, you know, everything's free here, but it's not.
It's not. It's not.
I mean, you know, they just gotta learn to separate personal and business, and just learn to respect yourself. Yeah. Right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're doing this for you. You're not doing this for them. Right? It's important to learn that skill. I guess speak a little bit on the motivation you have. Like, where does that come from? I know you have, obviously there's a need, there's a wants, there's the obviously aspiration of doing something good, the motivation of wanting to get further in life. Yeah. But like, who are those people that, you know, when you feel down, you feel tired, but you don't want to do this anymore, who do you look up to, or who is that backup in your corner?
I guess I'll get personal. I lost it. So my older sister, she passed away when I was younger.
Oh man.
And she was like my rock. Oh. She was like, if I ever had trouble in school, call her, FaceTime her. Had a project to do, call her, FaceTime her. And when you lose that, you kind of just got to do it for yourself. You have to become your own rock. You have to become your own motivation. You gotta, there's nothing.
Right.
So for me, for a while, I'm just like, all right, everything I do it in the name of her. And I do it because I know she's looking at me and I know she's taking care of me. So whenever I do feel like I want to give up and I want to like drop in and stuff like that, I just think like, nah, she's there. She's cheering me on. She's like, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
Definitely.
Just keep pushing through. Yeah. So that's my motivation. Becoming the best version of myself for her.
Damn, that's great. I honestly thought you were gonna say like a celebrity barber or something, but
nah.
I mean that's more important. That's a place where you can draw a lot of strength from. That's great, man. That's amazing. I mean, it's a tragedy, right? But I mean,
it happened. I don't want to say it needed to happen because I wish it never happened.
Right.
But it developed me as the person that I am today.
Yeah. I mean, It's really how you look at it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
literally.
you can look at it as like, it's the worst thing that ever happened to me, and because of this, I turn into this horrible person, or I'm addicted to whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can look at it as, she was there for me, she loved me, she cared for me, she wanted the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now, in her name and in her honor, I will do what I must do to make her proud.
Yeah.
Right, it's two different things. The hero and the villain story.
Yeah.
You chose the hero.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's amazing for you. And again, for those people that are struggling, and even not even for the people that are starting out, but for the people currently in business for themselves, trying to do something different, trying to do something great, bring value to society, but are still struggling because it's a very lonely path.
Yeah.
Right. What would you say to them in order to get them through those hard times, right? To get them out of those dark holes?
Well, first you need to figure out why you're doing the thing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to start changing. Yeah. And there's this quote, it's nothing changes if nothing changes. You'll stay in the same position forever if you're comfortable and going to work, going home, going to sleep, taking a nap, the same repeat cycle, like, the rat hole.
Yeah.
And just same days every day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get into business, it's because you want it to change.
Definitely.
If you want to get into being an entrepreneur, it's because you want it to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you're not content with your life. It's because you're not happy with the position that you're in. Mm-hmm. And that's honestly step number one, not be happy, want change. Mm-hmm. And once you got that step one done, honestly, it's just about pursuing it. Mm-hmm. Like,
definitely
making it your number one priority to change it, to change that rat race, to change it.
Right.
And figure out your why. Mm-hmm. And then change.
Figure out your why and then change. Yeah. I mean, that's something that I really lean into and try to get people to understand that, one, you can plan along and create the plan, make the dreams, draw it out, put it in an envelope, ship it to yourself, right? Whatever you want to do, and talk about it for as long as you want, right? Mm-hmm. But again, nothing changes until
something changes.
So you got to take that action, and it's just really that first step.
Yeah. And
then after that, the ball's already rolling. So you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to keep going. So that's great. And thinking more as in like inspiration wise and the kind of content that's around motivation and inspiration, or like the gurus that tell you like, hey, like don't give up, like the ones that use like the trigger words, right? Like
hardcore, like David Goggins.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, it's very easy.
He's gonna push the boats. He's gonna push the logs.
Yeah, he's gonna carry the logs.
He's gonna carry the logs.
And the boat. Yeah. So like, it's very easy to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Right. So, someone starting out, what would you say? Because like, the thing that they say is truth. Like there's 10% truth, 90% filler. So how do you manage to differentiate what you can get out of that person versus what you should probably filter out?
So, it's good to have these quotes, stockpiled in your brain, mm-hmm. because, you can go to them when you're feeling, I guess, unmotivated. You could go get on YouTube, mm-hmm. Look up just listen to David Goggins, screaming at you, telling you that you're a piece of shit, you need better, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's really like you listen to these and you learn these.
Yeah.
So then you can put your own perspective on it. Because mm-hmm. you don't just, there's this thing, it's like, you take what people say, kind of like not 100% truth, not always, take it with like a caution of a soul. Is that what it's like don't take it and fully receive it and be like, this is the truth 100% until
right.
you gone and like truly evaluated it and truly,
I mean, don't take it at face value.
Yeah, don't take it at face value, exactly. So until you have thought about it, and then you could put your own different like words into it and the way they say it, kind of switch it up in your own way, then it becomes yours. Once it becomes yours, your own quote, your own thing that you can look on, then it's like your own motivation. Right. Because that's how I try to look at it.
I think that's pretty important, because I mean, even now, as kind of my, like, the people that I look up to, like, inspiration, as they change, because they do change at different stages, as they change, you know, some of the advice they give is either too advanced or is too behind me, right? But it's always important to understand that advice is worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars. And they're worth more the more you implement them and make it relatable to you. Right? Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're looking up to someone, it's because they want to get to where they want. Right? And the only way they got there was, you know, going through mountains of absolute disgustingness and just hours of work and, you know, days of pain. But what they're saying is related to them. Right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and run 100 miles and break my legs, shit my pants, pee myself. Like, I'm not going to do that. It's hardcore. It's amazing. And he did it for a reason, but I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to carry the logs. Like, nah. But what I am going to do is, you know, once I get to that 90 mile mark, and there's 10 miles left, even though I just went through the pain of 90 miles, I'm still going to get to the 10 miles. Like, I'm not going to give up at right there. It's just one more step and you get to the finish line. And that's very important, because people will work and work and work for a long period of time and not see anything for it, right? I mean, like, I worked for a long time and didn't see anything. And then they give up right there. And they didn't realize that it was just one more month, one more sale, one more client. And they would have seen the reward for everything, right? And so, again, going back to the little things and going back to the small wins, it's very important that along those 90 miles that you ran, you know, you reach 10 miles, you reach 20, you reach 30, you reach 40, you reach 50. That's crazy, because most people gave up at mile 5, right? So from mile 5 to mile 90, it was just you. But because it was just you, you didn't see that, because there was no one else to recognize it. And no one else is going to recognize it.
And honestly, nobody else gives a shit.
No one else gives a shit. But they do give a shit
when you hit that 100.
When you hit that 100.
When you hit that 100, they're like, they're congratulating you.
They're like, how did you do that? Oh my God.
But when you're at 50, nobody's there.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit.
I mean, who would have cared if David Goggins ran 50 miles out of 100? It would have been like, you fucking loser. You gave up. Who gives a shit? But again, no one cared when he was running that 50. When he passed the 60, no one cared. It was just him.
It was just him.
And so, taking that advice and molding it into your own situation, you know, it's very important. I think that's a great point that you brought up. I wanted to highlight that. And staying in the same topic, who are, like, I guess, people that you look up to, or like people that you get motivation from?
Yeah, man.
Apart from, you know, what we talked about.
Well, staying barbering. I mean, I don't try to like put, you know, praise, like I don't try to glorify, you know, people and be like, he's like number one, you know? But I do look at other barbers, you know, top barbers, you know, and I look at their videos and I'm like, yeah, this is really nice. Like, like there's this barber out there in Richmond, not still around the area, still in the DMV. He's charging like $150 for a haircut.
$150?
$150.
Oh my God.
And
damn, I expect to get my feet massaged or something.
No, yeah, it's crazy. And to me, it's inspirational. Right. It's like you're doing that and you wouldn't even think of the crazy part. He's booked out 3 months in advance.
3 months?
3 months in advance and he's charging $150.
I guess he is giving foot massage. It's crazy.
he's doing his thing.
$150.
And
that's insane.
Like that's my, like, cause I saw him like I started following him when he was at like my level, when he was at like 30,000 followers. And it was like, honestly, like in the blink of an eye, he's at 1 million followers on TikTok, 100,000 on Instagram. It happened so fast. And I was like, you could do it. I could do it.
Definitely.
You're from around here. You could do it. I could do it. And yeah, it's very inspirational.
That's crazy.
Like, you're charging $150, you're booked out 3 months in advance. I aspire to be like you.
Definitely. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is actually insane. 150? What's the highest that you've seen that people charge?
350?
350?
There's this guy, his name is Hakeem Henry Hong. Henry Hong. He's in Canada, I believe. And he was scaling his business and he got up to 350.
Wow. And
then he branched out, and now he's a mentor for other barbers, other younger barbers, inspiring, to scale their business, 100K, like hitting 10K months, getting viral videos and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. You get to that level and then you help. You reach the top, then you help. Show people how to do it. Obviously, it benefits you because you're making money, and you're obviously not going to give out the information for free and give out yourself for free. You're obviously going to charge something, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
And he did his thing. He did his thing. So
that's crazy. $350.
Yeah.
Would you pay $350
for a haircut? I already got scammed $110.
You already went past the $100 mark.
Yeah, I'm already part of the sheep crew.
Yeah,
that's insane.
He's a part of the $100 people. Like,
oh my god,
I haven't even paid $100 for a haircut. I was paying
$100 until I had
I mean, even at 150, that's $200 more. I mean, how does it even get better? Like, what is the difference?
To what?
From I guess in what you're getting, as a customer, from 150 to 350?
Honestly, sometimes it's just the experience. Sometimes people don't even come for the haircut. They come for the experience. They come for the sole purpose of you're him. I just want to get a haircut from you just because you're him. Just because you're that guy.
So you got to become that guy.
Yeah, you got to become that guy.
Damn.
Like people are so fascinated. They're they see 350. You're either fuck no, or you're either why? And when you say why in your head, some people are actually I'm gonna go try it out.
Oh yeah, I mean, because this is the first time I hear it. I mean, the most I've paid
is today.
No, I think I paid 70, 80 bucks. Yeah, around that. I mean, it's okay. About 150, 250. God damn.
Honestly, to me, it's inspirational.
Yeah, well, I bet
to me, it's whoa.
I bet it's inspirational.
Someone must really like you.
Yeah.
He must really like you.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, and to
really
and to I don't know, just do that every 2 weeks even? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's what kind of barber are you? Are you a barber for everybody, or are you a specialist, or are you a
right?
Are you a look specialist? Are you? That's where it changes.
Right. I mean, that wouldn't be classified as a barber. I mean, that's a surgeon there.
That's a surgeon, literally.
Yeah, because that's insane.
I think it's insane too. I'm not gonna lie. To me, I'm 350. 350. I don't know. But people will pay it. People will pay it.
I mean, it's insane.
It's crazy.
I think there might be $500, $1,000 cuts. I don't know. Maybe only celebrities do that.
I doubt it. Why would a celebrity pay that? I mean, if you feeling generous, yeah, but I don't think a celebrity would care.
If you go to a restaurant, would you pay $1,000 for a bottle of wine?
Hell no.
I mean, that's different.
Look, no, it's not.
It's you cannot compare a bottle of wine with.
Yes, you can.
No, you can.
Yes, you can, bro. There's like some top quality wines that's for like maybe like a tenth of that price, and you're paying $1,000. Why? Because it's $1,000 and you want to drop that shit.
Well, no. You see, I would believe you if it was any other alcohol except for wine. Right, because wine it takes time. It takes a lot of time, and then there's different processes, and then there's.
Roberto, you're in the food industry. You know that price does not equal top.
Well, it doesn't.
Yeah, so
I think wine.
I think everybody just values different things.
Exactly.
I think it's somebody values the way they look more than the way you value the way you look, and somebody, is willing to pay a higher price to get a good, like literally the perfect haircut for them.
Mm.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That's great. And I mean, are you currently mentoring anybody or people? I mean, I'm assuming smaller barbers come to you and ask for, I guess, help or like tips and stuff like that. But is there anybody currently that you're really focusing on, or not yet? Just kind of on your own.
I'm on my own right now.
Right.
I give, like you said, I do, get DMs from barbers my age. We may be in the same position, may have the same experiences. And they ask me like, how do I overcome this? Like, being in school and being a barber, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Mm. There is no balance. You either choose one or choose the other. Mm. If you choose to succeed in school, you're not going to be scaling your business. If you choose to scale your business, you're not going to be succeeding in school. Mm. You can't have both. Mm. And that's what you obviously graduate high school. Obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
But like when a younger barber asks me for like advice, I'm like, bro, you just gotta see what your values are and what you see yourself going, and from there you do your thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, and then there's also social pressure and like family pressure, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I let go of that shit.
Yeah,
I don't think of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it might not apply to you, but it might apply to someone else.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
So a lot of guys, they want to be the perfect son. They want to be like the son their mom wants them to be, go to college and like stuff like that. But when you're a barber, you don't really want to go to college. Right. You got into the barber industry for a reason, and it's not to end up being on a 9 to 5.
Right. Yeah. And
sorry, you're hitting 20 minutes.
Huh?
You're hitting 25 minutes.
Okay. We're good. But, and then, I mean, how was that experience for you? Because, I mean, I'm guessing your parents might have not been, I guess, as believers as you, or were they?
Oh, excuse me.
You're good. You're good.
No, yeah, so I was really rebellious.
Okay.
I was really rebellious. Okay. I don't want to say like my parents kind of like lost faith in me and like kind of like stuff like that. But like when you become like a really like rebellious kid and like really bad, they do kind of like,
oh yeah,
they're like, you'll learn from your mistakes the easy way or the hard way. And to me, honestly, it was a blessing because they let me experience life and that helped me grow. Right. But my parents feel the same way even now, like with my business and stuff like that, even scaling my prices. They're like, I set the boundary. I kind of was like, what I'm doing with my business is my business. And if I drop the ball, I drop the ball. I'll learn from it. But I don't need you to butt in. I don't need your control over my business. I don't need, like, I'll take your advice, but I don't need it. Like, cause we're not in the same world. Right. We don't have the same goals. We don't have, we're two different people.
Yeah.
We're
definitely,
so, yeah. So I had to kind of just truly set the boundary with my parents and be like, I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that in a way, because when I was starting out, my mom, I mean, especially my mom, she was like, no, you're going to college. Like, I don't care what you do, you're going to college. And that's the last thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like we spoke earlier, I would look at the jobs. I would even look at the highest paying jobs. And in order to do that, you have to spend half of your life in school or even more.
Yeah, I truly be thinking like, what can happen with 1 year of working hard and dedicating yourself to learning something, learning a skill set, and selling it, and you know, building it and scaling it. But what you could do in 6 months is crazy. So what you could do in 4 years.
Right.
Imagine
the opportunity.
Imagine like this is the way I think of it. If you have a passion and you know what you're going after, and you know the consequences of what you're about to do, and you know there probably won't be like for me, I know I'm not going to get into a really good school because of the decisions I've made in my life.
Right.
But I know what I want for my life, so I don't even care about it. I don't think of going to school. I don't think of any of that because I know where I'm going.
Yeah, right. And then on like the taking advice from your parents, I mean, the thing is that they grew up in a different time. Yeah. Right. They grew up in a very, very different time. Right. And you know, whether it was economics or whether it was, I guess, their own experience and their family, whatever, it made a lot of sense to go back to school then, right? Because you did not have as much access to information as we have now, right? I mean, they barely even had, I don't even think they had cell phones. They probably had like, you know, those home phones and stuff, or maybe not even that at some point. And
it's hard for them to grasp.
Yeah, it's hard to understand that, you know, with a freaking 7-inch device screen, you can take over the world essentially and make disgusting amount of money with it, right? And I mean, to them, school was the way out, right? And so it's important. I think it's very important to understand. And I'm saying this in hindsight because I thought like you a lot. My parents, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what's best for me. I know what's best for me because I know what I want, this and this and that. But I mean, look in hindsight, they care, right? They're saying this because they care. And they want the best for you.
Definitely.
And so
they're scared for you.
They're scared. I mean, they know from their experience, they know that if they don't do school, they're gonna end up working some shitty job for the rest of your life, and then you're gonna get someone pregnant, and then blah blah blah. It just goes down from there, right? But they don't understand the opportunities. They don't understand that in today's world, it's so easy to make money if you know what you're doing, and if you have a passion, especially when you're young. Chasing it is the best thing that you could ever do. Back in their days, if they chased their passion, you know, maybe the worst thing could happen, right? And I mean, they're just scared. They're scared. And so let's understand, it's great to understand, again, what to filter out and what you can take, right? So great life advice, horrible business advice. Right? I mean, that's kind of how I have it set up. Like anything they tell me about life, I'll be like, I will listen to you. I will stop what I'm doing, listen to you. Anything that's related to my business, I don't think you get a say because you don't really know what you're talking about. Right?
I agree.
I mean, but then again, you know, they're your parents. So
I think in just like in a Hispanic household, that's just really how it is, and it's hard because they give up a lot to, you know, for you. So I feel like it's like pressure a little bit because on a lot of like first generation Hispanics come like here first generation, because it's like, what if I fail them? What if they feel like they sacrifice so much just for me to fail and
it is crazy.
Be a failure. So I agree with what you're saying. Like, you need to see it like where they're coming from because it makes sense. But then it's like, why aren't you like believing in me? Why aren't you putting faith in me? Why aren't you, you know,
Yeah, it's
stuff like that.
A two-sided relationship.
It's very two-sided. So like, I think that's just like Hispanics are very like, I don't want to say ignorant, but they're ignorant.
Yeah, they're ignorant. Like, all they know is hard work.
Yeah, that's all they know.
Right.
Because they don't know like how to open their mind to new things. Because for them, opening their mind was like very, very, I want to say, what's the word? Sacrifice, like, because they sacrifice a lot for you. So if they were to take a risk,
it would ruin everything. It would be gone. I mean, the chances of it, if you were to take the risk and fail,
you're like, what are you like? You're homeless.
Doomed. Yeah. And like you said, especially in Hispanic households and first generation Hispanics, I mean, it's crazy because they came here, sacrificed absolutely everything, left everything to give you a better life. And then they see you not pursuing what they think it's something great. And they're like, dude, I worked my ass off for you and this is what you're doing, right? Not going to college, not getting a great job, not doing something that's secure and less risky. So it's important to understand that, but it should also be their part to understand that, hey, I'm taking this risk because I want something for myself and I don't want to end up, I guess not to say harshly, but I don't want to end up like you, right? Like I want to take the advantage that you did the hard work to get me here. I don't want to go backwards, right? I don't want to stay on the same level.
Yeah.
Even. I want to be better. And that's the whole point, I think, of having children. That's the whole point. You want them to be better.
Yep.
Right? And a son or a daughter wanting to start their own thing for whatever it is a sign of wanting to be better.
Yeah.
And no matter what they want to get into, whether it's cutting hair, whether it's, like cleaning windows or washing homes, washing cars, whatever it is, it's better than a job. It's better than that because you're breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do something different. And I mean, especially when you're young, I think that's something that more parents should support. That's something I'm definitely going to support, no matter what it is, even if it's like trash collecting. Bro, one of the biggest businesses in the world is trash collecting. Trash man. Everybody makes fun of the trash man, right? But trash companies make tons of money.
Yeah.
And so you just really never know.
Yeah.
I think as long as a parent knows that they've set the right expectations and the right principles inside of you, whatever you do with that is your own decision, right? Because at the end of the day, it's your life.
Yeah.
So you choose what to do. If you choose the wrong thing, maybe some of it is their fault, maybe not. At the end of the day, it's your actions.
Yeah.
Right. But then if you choose the right thing, then that's great because you took good things from them.
Yeah. I think even like at our age, like 16, 17, 18, you're able to make conscious decisions of what you're doing. Even if you do blame your parents, maybe they didn't raise you the best, maybe they weren't there for you, maybe they caused you trauma. You still know what you're doing and you know like internally if it's right or wrong. So if you do decide to, take a risk on a business, take a risk on a new thing, you just gotta weigh out like the pros and the cons. If the cons are your parents being mad at you, your parents feeling like they didn't do the best, like they failed. You like as a son, you don't want to feel like you failed your parents,
right?
But if that risk, if the pro is you creating something and it's towards your benefit and your goals, you gotta take the risk. I feel like because your parents did their part. Hopefully, hopefully they gave you good principles, gave you good morals, taught you right from wrong, and like yeah, I agree. Like what you do at the end of the day is your decision. Even if you blame your parents, you decided to do it.
Yeah, I mean, even with like behavioral issues like addiction and stuff. I mean, no one put whatever you're addicted to in your hand.
Yeah, no one put a gun to your head and says smoke weed. Like somebody put it in your face. Yeah. Somebody peer pressured you. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was your decision to take it.
Yeah, it was your decision to take it.
Yeah.
And, that's that. But, Yeah, I don't know how we got here, but
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know.
But it's amazing.
It just went there.
We just went there. That's crazy. Oh man.
We came to a conclusion of agreement.
Yeah, that's crazy. But well, I guess now that I'm looking at this, tell me a little bit behind this. Hustle, execution, grind.
Yeah, I mean, they're pillars.
Okay.
They're pillars to success. Without hustling, there's no success. Mm-hmm. Without execution, there's no success.
Right.
Without grinding, there's no success.
Right.
They're pillars to success. I mean, hustle, the only controllable pillar of success.
Yeah, you can only control how hard you work.
Yep, yeah. You can only control how hard you work. Execution, stop talking and put in the work.
Yeah, what we talked about, just starting, just doing it.
Just do it.
Yeah, just doing it.
Your input matters. Yeah. If you're putting no input, there will be no output. There will be no fruit of your labor.
Yeah.
If there is no labor.
Yeah, exactly.
And then grind to perform repetitive tasks over and over in order to attain a goal.
Yeah, just get the reps in.
We all know what grinding is.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Yeah. It's good to have those reminders. That's interesting. Man, well, it's a great conversation. Mm-hmm. Great conversation. I guess to wrap it up, if you could let people know, everybody has a different definition of what success, what happiness, what riches look like. Right. What would you say is your definition of success and rich? And what is your plan of reaching that goal?
Have you seen the trend of like, it's like I got like success. I don't know if it's success, but like I achieved happiness, and then it's like a slide of cars.
I know, it's like a carousel.
It's like a carousel, like cars, and then it's
like a big
house, and then at the end it's like a family.
Right.
If it's a girlfriend, it's a girl. I feel like it's truly like finding your home, your happiness, where you can go to and feel internally fulfilled. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah. So like, what would you say is your definition of success, happiness, riches, and what is your process to get there? What do you have to do to get there?
Yeah. So you gotta like everything combined. You gotta like find where your happiness is. Mm-hmm. If that's a person, if that's a car, if that's a house, if that's anything, you just gotta find your happiness, and like happiness isn't easy. Happiness is a choice, but it's a hard choice to make because it comes with a lot of sacrifice, and it comes with a lot of like things you gotta set aside. So for me, my happiness is building. I like building things. I like building a business. I like building relationships. I like building meaningful things that contribute to my life. And just everything in between is just building blocks to make that happiness as big as it can be. Right. Because happiness is a choice. Yes. You can choose to be happy.
Definitely.
But you need to find out how to be happy. And everything in between will kind of align itself.
Yeah, that's great. Building.
I like building. I like building.
Amazing.
My happiness is building.
Great. Well, that's all I got for today. Thank you very much for your time again.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you, bro. Amazing conversation.
Likewise.
All right.
Thank you guys. See you next time.